Safe pick. They go for the safe route. I like it. At the same time, it opens up a lot of room for Omega to do really good in the early game, right? Because that's Hayabusa's late game. No matter how he does crazy on late game.
Yeah.
And very few can actually activate him early.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to wait and see. So right now, obviously, I still feel like Omega got the better of the draft here. More comfortable with these picks.
I think we look at the Ling and the Haya.
Ling and Haya.
Who rotates better, right amount of aggression, tower dives in the mid and on the sides. Yeah, it's a Kyle and Andoryu show here to see who gets the winning condition for the early to the mid game for their team.
It's becoming just that, isn't it? It's
Anime fight.
Just an anime fight of epic proportions. Let's throw it over to Naisu and Ingander. Bring us that anime fight. Hopefully someone teleports.
Well, we're going to find out if someone does teleport here. Starcart, Renmar, thank you for the breakdown. Once again, welcome to the caster desk, English caster desk here. I'm Naisu, joined with Ingan. And right now, they're facing match point here. Smart Omega, after a very strong showing in game one, are going to leave it up to this one. We'll see if FCAP can extend the series to game 3, get their revenge again from what happened in the first half of the regular season. Ingan, how are we feeling about the lineups here?
I do agree with the panel. Again, it's going to boil down to the jungle lane matchup. Who's going to snowball first? Who's going to control the first 3 minutes? First 2-3 turtles. It's going to be Kyle TZ, the one above all, versus Andoryu, the curly nightmare. That came from the Filipino, but I just translated it word for word. The curly nightmare.
Curly nightmare. Well, you know, again, looking at the emblems here, not only is it going to be the Assassin battle, but also the Warcry emblem battle, which, you know, usually we see, especially with these two heroes alone. Now, part of this is really just wondering if, I guess, the start of this whole game is going to be different for FCAP, because they're going to have to fight for it. Look at Andoryu. He's so confident, too, that he's going to just plant himself on this side of the map, take what he can, and get prepped up for the first objective. Earlier on, too, we saw some pretty decisiveness, I would say, from Smart Omega, where, you know, they started off on a strong foot early game. They got control against a team that is known. FCAP is known for their macro playstyle.
Yeah.
But it was actually Smart Omega that out-macroed FCAP.
I feel like it's gonna take a lot more for Omega to pull off what they pulled off during game number 1. Because looking at the XP and Roma Falcons AP Bren, both are tanky, both have sustain. Unlike game number 1, wherein Ogwen had the Ruby, so it was much more flap TZ, soaking up the damage, becoming the sandbag, and Ogwen just really relying on the I'm offended plays to connect. But this time they can actually interchange. Even Ogwen can soak up the damage, or with the AOG, connect with the crowd control. But this time, a strong start for Kyle TZ as he gets the first turtle uncontested without any trade from Omega.
Yeah, no trades happening again. This is all rotation and also just timing. This time around, Smart Omega decided not to just go for it. And that's the thing. You don't, like, even if you give up, let's say you don't contest the first 3 turtles at all. With the way the current meta is, some teams have actually made that work. They don't contest any of the turtles. They get prepped and ready. They find what they can elsewhere around the map, and then they go into a fight for the first Lord. And that's where usually this pendulum swings and sometimes momentum shifts. Not sure if Smart Omega is going to do that for the second turtle, but at least for the first one, they just kind of let that go. No first blood's going down yet, so really when we have to pay attention to this is also, you know, gold lane matchup-wise, they're going to go ahead and just farm through. And we know that Claude now with the most recent patch, he's pretty much online, you know, 2 items in.
Yeah, again, doesn't cost any more mana for a Super Marco. Doesn't have to go for the common emblem because it's not mana reliant anymore. And for Falcons AP Bren, even if Omega decides to pick their fights, like what you're mentioning, like let's just give up the turtle, we can't go 5-on-5. Falcons AP Bren is one of those teams that is known for extending the lead without clashes. Yeah. That's how macro-centric this team is, along with Fnatic on. I remember there was even a game with Fnatic on it, I believe it was Blacklist, where there was no kills at all, but their lead ballooned up to like 7-8K.
It was all macro at that point.
It was all macro.
And this one, like, going back to what Renmar and Rockhart were hoping for, you know, an anime battle, this is like the prelude, or maybe it's a season of 1,000+ episodes and you're just starting.
What do you call those episodes that don't
The
matter?
filler?
The filler episodes. Yeah.
This is right now, at least in this part, this is like the filler episode. So we're just going to have to wait until the objective comes out because neither team really wants to fight. And earlier on, part of that was because certain level 4s were not available even for Smart Omega. This time it is, though. So half health on the turtle. We'll see if they actually go for this once again.
Okay, Chakman making sure Dory doesn't get spun out. This time contest for the turtle. Will make sure to get it. A beautiful zone out for Chakno as he used the wild charge and flicker combination, catching the Falcons AP Bren off guard.
Catch him off guard. Again, Chaknu used that wild charge right on the money. But still no one going down. So I don't know if this still constitutes filler episodes, but hey, they got the objective, so it's 1 for 1 there. But
an important filler episode, yeah.
Yeah, and while we're in that filler episode, why don't you guys go ahead and grab this in-game code. Grab it while you can, MLBB 8th, and make sure you type in the code properly. Again, happy birthday, MLBB.
Capital A, Flap TZ goes in after Andorio. Andorio manages to go out with a Finch Poise. That was a close, almost kill for Flap TZ. And with the aggression that Falcons AP Bren is showing, they can actually dominate starting after the third turtle. If they continue this aggression, Ogwin goes in with the AOG just to make sure that they secure the bottom lane turret. One more hit. They were able to save it.
For now, I mean, it's literally one look away. Mid lane!
Oh! Okir didn't even cast the black shoes. That burst was instantaneous for few. And Kyle TZ.
Okay, so first blood drawn at nearly the 6-minute mark. Something a little bit different than what we've seen, at least, in the current meta of things. A slow start, but right now it looks like FCAP's ready to go ahead and start putting the foot to the gas here. The last turtle is going to be at about 30 seconds. And we've seen kind of this push and pull, at least from Smart Omega. Here they are in mid lane once again. They're going to force out the Sandstorm, Raging Sandstorm from Flap, but this is the thing, man. They have to just play on the course of these roams, these setups, even down to the XP lane to some extent. And Flap's going to be fine. Enough of a front line, I would say, with the Khalid, especially these tanky Khalid builds and emblem sets, that it's enough to just allow Ogwin to jump in whenever he needs to.
Yeah, Flap TZ opting to go for the Thunderbelt first item as the turtle has spawned. Still, both of these teams haven't committed to anything yet, but Ogwin making sure. Look at that, Jome working on the top lane turret as Super Marco tries to defend it. Okay, so Ogwin and the rest of Falcons AP Bren are first here in the scene. Look at that, Tempest of Blades onto Super Marco. And he's going to bring down Super Marco up top. Falcons AP Bren still hasn't responded to the aggression. And Ryota with the final flash onto Few, forcing the flicker out. Here comes Ogwin and Flap TZ as well. No casualties still, only Super Marco as they work on the top lane turret.
You still have Kyle TZ up top, too. Ooh. But Jome gets back. He does get back to base. Kyle TZ who's waiting there. Also picks up the Sky Piercer now. So still with this turtle up for grabs. Last one of the game. Chaknu less than half health here. Who's going to take the turtle?
Okay, Kyle TZ might be able to enter. AOG will be casted by Ogwin as Kyle TZ will get the turtle plus the kill onto Andorio and Chaknu. A double kill from the one above all. Final slash coming in from Ryota just to delay, but a triple kill is inevitable for Kyle TZ.
And there we were talking about, the flip of a switch. FCAP balloons the lead after a rather calm early game. Now up 3,000 gold. They'll get some turrets off of it as well. Looking at the instant replay brought to us by Infinix, you can see it drop down here. Well-timed ultimates, just crashing down into a shadow kill from Kyle TZ as he picks up the turtle too. And good attempt, even with just Smart Omega trying to get in that zone, that area, but unfortunately they just got crashed down on, literally, from Ogwin.
And that just makes Kyle TZ Sky Piercer more worth it. 3 kills after picking it up. And look at this Flap TZ goes in, trying to zone out the members of Omega. And strong start for Kyle TZ. 3-0-1. It's nice that Falcons AP Bren's layering of skills were on point, because the chain CC onto Andor, you didn't even give him time to cast that Tempest of Blades. He was up in the air, controlled for a very, very long time.
I would say this is one of the lineups where it goes back to like old Smart Omega's playstyle. Late game, this lineup right here is actually going to be pretty good. Like, they're going to be able to cover their bases when it comes to damage, physical and magic. Even when the Lilia gets there, you know, he's only got the glowing wand at this point.
Yeah.
Still working on even the second item locked in. You've only got a Thunderbelt here, of course, for Ryota. His whole job right now is just to get that final slash off, or they can rely on the wild charge. But really, for this lineup, it's just going to take a while for it to go ahead and get cooked at this point.
Yeah.
And Big Jome, he is part of that process, right? Especially with the Mozkov here. But the same can be said even on the flip side for FCAP, and the fact that they've already got themselves this kind of lead. Super Marco is fine. Even if he went down earlier on, like they're already much of a threat because of the fact that you have the snowballing happening on Kyle Teasy. Lord is up, and they can actually play around this power spike they have right now.
First Lord up for grabs for both of these teams as Falcons AP Bren trying to gain the upper hand here in terms of positioning. Shaknu, Ukir, Ryota making sure that they still have vision for their team. Relatively quiet start to a Lord clash. In any given moment, even though Jome is up top trying to make a slow push there, again with the Spear of Destruction, he can enter any given moment. And Falcons AP Brand, they know this. That's why they have to work on the minions first. They have to work on the wave managements first before committing to this very first Lord.
Yeah, you can see that. He gets the call, gets the information too. That's why Jome backed off Flap though, because he uses the defensive Raging Sandstorm over the wall. It's going to be fine. Not sure, even with that down, that'll stop FCAP from starting up this Lord here, at least to try to bait Smart Omega to contesting it, fighting it. Also a big pickup here defensively for Super Marco. Wind of Nature now available, so Jome's going to keep pushing the top.
Oh, they're going to blitz the Lord as Kaltese secures it. Here comes counter-attack, though. Will they commit? Okay, so there was no trade for Omega apart from a slow push up top.
Yeah.
But Kaltese is able to respond right away. That was a quick burst down for Falcons AP Bren. Huge credit for Flap TZ, making sure that he zones out the area, trying to find where Andoryu is hiding, and once they know that Andoryu won't be able to contest, they just literally bursted out First Lord.
Yeah, quite a bit of difference here in the XP lanes, of course, for Flap. He even has a winner's crown at this point. So the Lord's going to be worked on pretty quickly. They might force this fight under the turret right now. Ogwin thinking about it, but not pulling the trigger on the Avatar of the Guardian. So right now they're just focusing on these tier 2 turrets. They get the bottom one down, but ultimately Smart Omega holds on enough. Even clear-wise, like they can do this defensively pretty well. Whoa.
Oh, Ryota
Interesting.
didn't catch anyone there. Falcons AP Bren gets the middle lane turret. Extending their lead.
Wow.
6.8, look at Kyle Teasy forcing out the Black Shoes of Ukir. Here comes the attack. Ogwin still has the AOG as well as Flap Teasy with a Raging Sandstorm, but they're not going to force out anything. And Omega will resort to doing those split pushes with the lineup that they have with the Ling and with the Moscow.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, you guys... You find yourselves in these positions, and you're like, all right, what do we do? What do we do from this point on? We're 7,000 behind. We don't really have any space to work with, so we're almost forced to clump up together, except for Jome. Jome's the exception. He can actually go ahead and push to an extent. So can the Ling, but realistically, you don't want to be too split off because of the fact that you also have just Kyle TZ roaming around. You know, if you get caught in a 1v1 with him, you're most likely going to die right now. So. As you can see, even the damage coming out from Flap is pretty insane, you know, on this Khalid pick. So right now for Smart Omega, they've kind of got to... Oh, this is what I was talking about.
Anime battle though.
Woo!
Oh, and Ogwin catches him with the taunt. Picks up the kill as they bring down Andoryu. That was a crucial kill for Falcons.
That's tough, man. The taunt right there, of course, from Ogwin. Just anywhere he goes, and if it's with Kaltese or not, that's always something you have to watch out for. That's what I was saying. You can technically, theoretically, you can split push if you want to, put pressure on the side lanes. But if you get caught out like that,
Game over.
You're not going to last long, right? You're just going to be taken out in an instant with this kind of snowball in effect. So right now for FCAP, they're just cleaning up what they can. Whoa!
Whoa! Again, forcing out the Black Shoes. That was a good cast of the Wiki Shadow kill. Crucial resource expended for Omega as the Lord spawns in 20 seconds. Okay, a conceal coming in from Omega. Will they try to go for a counter engage, counter pick off as Kyle TC picks up a Blade of Despair? And even Super Marco knows that he can zone out Andoryu, not even afraid up against the Ling.
Yeah, this is one of the things too where Andoryu not having a buff. Lord is up here. FCAP can honestly just blitz this Lord if they want to. That's why you got Jome still top side Kyle TZ making his way. Super Marco will do most of the damage on the Lord for now, but right now, Smart Omega just trying to find what they can do with this.
Okay, Weedy Shadow Kill versus the Wind of Nature of Jome as he flickers out as well. On the other hand, FlapTZ working on Endoryu. Here comes the zoning capabilities again of FlapTZ. The one we saw during the first Lord where he's just literally looking for Endoryu. Not minding Ryota, doesn't care about Chak nor Ukir. Just look for Endoryu whenever there's a neutral objective, and FlapTZ already has done his job.
Okay, so this could be the blitz. Jome's still there. Presence on the top side. They might break out in the fight here. It does go through a reset, so still, there it is, Ukir.
Again, forcing out the black shoes. Kyle TZ making quick work of Ukir as they hold on to this Lord. Here comes Ogwen with the taunt coming on to Ryota. Ryota with a vengeance in, vengeance out. Super Marco dishing out the free hit. Here comes the counterattack from Falcons. AP Bren, mega kill. Ryota and Chaknu's gonna fall down, but here comes Ukir as well. The damage coming in. Andoryu works on the Lord as he gets it, secures it. Gonna bring down Kyle TZ as well. Now Super Marco on the revenge tour here, trying to work on Andoryu. Will he be able to take him down though? Is there a Finch, boys? Yes, there is, but Owen makes sure to sandwich the hell out of Andoryu.
Hey, Smart Omega got what they wanted out of that. Not only a base turret with a push from Jome, but then they go and do that too. Man, Andoryu, I would say, you know, based off what they were able to accomplish. Hold on.
Okay, two ultimates expended just to try and bring down Ukir, but Ukir managed to stay alive. Here
There's
comes
the
Jome again.
damage.
The damage coming in from this Moskov. Not even afraid, going up against 3. Here comes Ogun with the taunt, but Chakno as well is here. The slash coming in from Ryota. Will they be able to bring down FlapTZ? Yes, indeed. Ogun is the next target, and another kill coming in from Jome. Blade of Despair. Spear of Destruction, though, is not going to connect, and that's 2 Bs down with the Lord push coming in from Omega.
Oh, Smart Omega going to the top side to walk in with the Lord. Not sure if they want to force a fight or at least just get these base turrets down. FCAP still plenty ahead. They still have to respect the damage that they can do as well. Kyle.
Okay, Kyle goes in with a Wiki Shadow Kill, manages to burst down Jome! And what a huge defense from the one above all, foiling the push of Omega.
As soon as I said it, man, Kyle TZ jumps in. I'll say you still have to respect the amount of damage that FCAP can do, and especially if Kyle is up. You know, we saw his items earlier. He does have that Sky Piercer, Blade of Hepsies, VOD, Hunter Strike, and the Malefic Roar. He's got all he needs to burst someone down, and that's why even before we saw Ukir, how many times he had to use the black shoes just to withstand that shadow kill. So right now, great, you know, a great way for Smart Omega to go ahead and be like, all right, we're not going to let this completely go out of hand. They made something happen, but they have to do it again. They have to still kind of keep it cool, calm, and collected to be able to get in position where now FCAP is actually going to be a little more hesitant. Like, they're going to be a little more weary of the fact that, hey, we can't let Jome do this on the other side of when this next Lord comes up, because you might get in a position where you don't actually stop him, you know? So for FCAP, even despite the lead that they have, this kind of side lane pressure that comes from the composition that Smart Omega brought to the table is a concern. And FCAP has done this time and time and time again, especially in the hands of Super Marco when he has this Claude even.
Yeah,
so, you know, that's nothing new for them. They've just got to manage it now because it already happened in Lord 1, or Lord 2.
Yeah. Even Kyle TZ knows the capabilities of a Ling. So it's either or. Either Jome is going to do the split push or Andoryu. Late entry for Andoryu to try and steal with the Retribution steal the third Lord, potentially. And for Falcons AP Bren, just really hope that they are able to secure this time the Lord. Because a while ago, Omega was willing to trade for that inhibitor up top against Falcons AP Bren securing the second Lord. But the problem was Andoryu happened.
Yeah.
A crucial Tempest of Blades and Retribution seal right on time to deprive Falcons AP Bren of any trade they were looking for.
You can see it once again. Jome playing himself side lane, and FCAP's going to try to contain it this time around. They know the play here. With Lord being up, he also picks up an Immortality, so he's got a little bit of that defense now. They can play a part in. Little extra boost, of course, that potion being picked up for Kyle TZ. So now they just kind of face off against each other, looking for what kind of pickoff they can find, either or, for Smart Omega or an FCAP. So still, even like I said, with the lead that FCAP has, it's still a risky game in order to actually go against, because if they do happen to lose one member here on either side, it makes things much more risky in the fact that you have that side lane pressure, and you could see both of them just kind of be in that presence there on that bottom side. The Super Marco is going to answer that. Now, Egon, what do you think the chances are that Smart Omega is able to win this next Lord fight?
Well, the beauty of the lineup of Omega and the circumstance that this is the third Lord, if ever they find out that Jome is onto the bottom lane or Andoryu is nowhere to be found, they just can't burst down the Lord right away. The Lord's tankier, harder to blitz, and at the same time, by the time Falcons AP Bren decides to blitz the Lord, for sure Jome or Andoryu will be in the picture during the Lord fight.
I love that they're just planning Ogwin there, too. You know, he's kind of just this war in the bush, if you will.
Yeah.
Enough to be a pressure there that just in case Jome actually decided to engage on Super Marco, Ogwin will be there to catch him and support him out. So right now it's just still stalemate waters, and this is going to happen on both sides. You see Andoryu doing the same thing.
Yeah.
The only thing he has to be cautious of is, like I said, not getting caught out in that 1v1 versus Kyle Teasy. And then, of course, if it does break out, you got to hope your team rotates fast enough to support you on that one.
The beauty of the circumstance of Falcons AP Bren right now is that the inhibitor turret that got taken away from them is at the top lane wherein the Lord is located, so they can easily just take care of the lanes. And Super Marco managing to also take care of the bottom, but Chaknu, okay, goes in with a conceal. It's going to be a retribution
Jome's
battle
still there.
between the two junglers. Here comes Flap TC trying to zone out Ryota. Super Marco enters in with a blazing duet, but the first man down is going to be Ryota. Omega trying to answer right back. Here comes Andoryu, but Super Marco with a clutch wind of nature. He has the immortality as well. Jome connects with the Spear of Destruction as Ukir will fall down. That's
Jome
two
just pushing.
members, but Jome just pushes once again. Got an inhibitor down bottom, but is it worth it though? Because
Top
three
side.
members of Barangay are not here anymore. Andoryu works on Marco!
Oh!
And he's gonna bring down Bulletproof Marco! The nature, the immortality has now been expended, but Kyle TC, the anime fight we've all been waiting for.
Oh, he picks up the immortality, and Kyle Teasy's like, yep, I'm out of here.
Okay.
I'm going to go start this Lord up. But man,
I've
look,
seen this episode, Kyle said.
yeah, it's, but hey, Smart Omega, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They got the second base turret down. Are they going to lose this Lord here? Kyle Teasy has to be careful. Andoryu around the corner.
Okay, Wiki Shadow kill, Tempest of Blades as well. Before members of Falcons AP Bren are here, Jome connects with the Spear of Destruction, manages to find View, and he's gonna burst them down. Andoryu as well will fall down. Flap TC trying to answer right after Jome. Jome still has the immortality
Jome.
as Kyle TC works on the Lord. Jome against 3 Spear of Misery. Immortality will be popped. Is it gonna be enough though to escape? Here comes Ryota. He has the final slash though.
What?
Trying to go right after Ogwin, still alive.
Ukir?
But Falcons AP Bren did get the Lord. Here comes the final slash. We're all been waiting for as Ogwin pops his immortality. Ryota Ukir working on Master Ogwin. Again with the Winter Crown. Buying enough time for Falcons AP Bren as Ukir picks up the kill.
Oh my goodness. Big J with big plays again, able to just buy that much time, switch items out from immortalities to then the Rose Gold meter, like everything that he did there to buy enough time and still live to tell the story. Man, what a play, and now he also switches back into the Wind of Nature here.
The best part also for Falcons AP Bren is they got 2 inhibitor turrets. Falcons AP Bren manages to get the mid one. Falcons AP Bren did get the Lord, but look at the times, Naisu. It's officially the Omega. We're past the Omega timers.
We're past it at this point, and I was saying this lineup is meant for those timers. They're going to clear the Lord out here, but FCAP, I think they want to fight.
Okay, they want to fight. They're bringing the fight onto Jome. Jome, though, trying to free hit. Here comes the Winter Crown coming in. Ryota with the final slash, not going to connect. Here comes Feel with the Eternal Guard, though. Kyle TC, Quad Shadow's out. Ryota is in trouble as Flop TC will bring him down. The Lord is still up here for Falcons AP Bren as they manage to bring down Ryota.
They just have to manage this. They're going to have to clear out the Lord. Ukir should be able to take it down himself. The charge does come through the wall. Oh, mid lane, Andoryu. Okay, he's fine too. Getting chased down. Kyle still looking for him too.
Wow.
They might be able to catch him. Ogwin has him spotted. Uh-oh.
Oh, Andoryu! Too much bees in that brush, and he's gonna fall down 58 seconds before he respawns. Falcons AP Bren, they don't care about Omega timers. All they're thinking about right now is extend the game and get the revenge onto the barangay.
The waves are pushing in here as much as they try. They're going to have to pull out a miracle.
Lab TC starts things off. Joe trying to clear the middle lane. The damage coming in from Kyle is just too much. Falcons AP Bren on the verge of evening out the series, and we are going to a game number 3.